There are, according to health officials, alarming new increases in the number of COVID cases in some states, with new daily case reports putting the U.S. back to where we were in April. The numbers? More than 2.2 million cases, the death toll nearing 120,000, the worst of any country. CBS's Lilia Luciano has more.
New concerns tonight as more states break coronavirus daily case records. As the country reopens, former FDA Commissioner Dr. Scott Gottlieb is sounding the alarm.
The worry is that they're going to tip over into exponential growth coming this week. And the challenge with exponential growth is everything looks okay until suddenly it doesn't.
Infections in 21 states are trending up, with at least 10 states this past week breaking 7-day averages of new infections.
Let's take a look at some of the numbers. Number one, just the trend map. 23 states, orange and red. That means they are trending in the wrong direction. More cases reported this week than last week. 10 of those states, more than 50% more cases this week than last week. Not the only way to judge it, but orange and red on the map is not a good thing. 8 states holding steady, 19 states heading down. That's the green on the map, their case count going down. Record highs in 14 states. Again, the president says it's fading, the president says it's going away. 14 states reported record highs in their case count if you look at it by looking at the 7-day moving average of the case count. You see those cases mostly across the South and then out in the West. Let's look at some of the specific states. Oklahoma, where the president's rally was last night. You see the reopening. This is the key juncture in the reopening here. Restaurants, theaters, gyms can reopen. Oklahoma had a pretty flat line, but in recent days, you see the trend. That is not the direction you want to be going, plain and simple. Going up right there. The state of Florida, even more. A bigger state, a more populous state. Troubling numbers of late. Again, you can trace the various steps in the reopening process, including South Florida counties, which went later because they had a bigger problem. In recent days, Florida reporting day after day after day of daily case records of coronavirus as it heads up. Let's look at it this way. We've talked now for 4 months about flattening the curve, right? And you see the big peak in the United States in March. And yes, the curve has been flattened, even dropped somewhat, right? So that was the goal. If your goal is just to flatten the curve, it's flattened, but we're still flattened between 20 and 25,000 new cases a day.
We heard that the number of COVID-19 cases has exceeded 30,000 a day for the first time in about 7 weeks. What is happening?
Well, we're seeing a resurgence in the South and the Southeast. They never really got rid of their epidemics. Now we're seeing significant outbreaks on top of a background rate of spread that was quite high. As they reopened, that spread has continued to increase. And so, you know, a challenge that was facing some regions of the country now is facing every region in the country. And the worry is that they're going to tip over into exponential growth coming this week because the cases are building quite quickly in Texas, Florida, Alabama, South Carolina, North Carolina, Arizona. And the challenge with exponential growth is everything looks okay until suddenly it doesn't. And so this is something that has to be a concern of everyone that's been watching this.
When you say exponential growth, are you saying that hospitals are about to get overwhelmed in places like Arizona and Texas?
That's the concern.